let me get this out of the way real quick before I get into what I'm going to get into in this video. And it's such a small fix. It's something that we honestly should never have to ask for or be thankful for, but it is beautiful. Since season 1, when you activate a booster token for double XP, it only counts down in game in Xdefiant. Something that Call of Duty still hasn't figured out. When did we start getting these tokens in Cockaduki? We started getting them in what? Modern Warfare 2019. They still haven't figured that shit out. Well, let's be real here. They have figured it out. They just don't want to figure it out. There's any chance they have for you to possibly spend more money on more tokens because you need them joints because you burned a bunch of them just sitting in the lobby waiting to find a game. Like, they know that shit. So they're just, you know, it's potential money, man. They're taking advantage of weak-minded sheep. It is a beautiful thing over here in Xdefiant. You activate a token, and it only counts down when you're in the goddamn game. The way these tokens should work. But anyways, what's going on YouTube? I hope you're having a good day. And this gameplay, I just want to get this out of the way real quick. This gameplay is from yesterday. Now, apparently we have a patch coming up for Xdefiant today, and we're going to have an hour of downtime for it. And it's supposed to fix this. But if the gameplay is looking really laggy here and there, I'm dropping frames and all, it's nothing to do with my recording equipment or anything. It's nothing to do with me, man. It's still the PS5 Xdefiant. Like, they have fixed it where it's better. It's definitely better than what it was when we first got season 1. But it's still pretty trash, man, and that's one of the reasons why I've been putting less time into Xdefiant since season 1. It's just, you know, some people would call this shit unplayable. For me, I wouldn't say it's unplayable. It's just, I would rather not play it, though. Like, I would rather not deal with this bullshit. It's like, come on, man, y'all update your game, and this is what we're dealing with on PS5. It's just crazy, man. We've been dealing with this nonsense over there in the Cockaduki for years with this shit. Update your game, break your game. But anyways, we're getting this update later on. I'll be long gone to work at that point, but at least I'll have the fix wait for me when I get home. And, you know, that's usually how I do things. Like, I'll try to record my commentaries early in the morning like this right now. And then later on when I get home, I'll just put the video together and upload it for you guys. So at least the fix will be there waiting for me. And, you know, we'll get to try it. Hopefully it's fixed, and hopefully we're enjoying the game and we can actually make, you know, some positive videos on Xdefiant. Would be nice. It would be nice. Like, there's a lot of people out here making a lot of very positive videos about this game, and it's tough to see in its current state. The game isn't in the best state right now. And speaking of the state of this game, you know, we've been talking about cheaters a little bit on this channel. Now, I have not come out and said it in any videos. There's some people that heard that for some reason, and then when I corrected them, they're like, oh shit, my bad. But we've talked about cheaters over here, and I've never outright said that I've been running into them like crazy. When I've made my videos on cheaters, I said that I have suspect clips that I still got to find on my computer. But, like, if I was seeing them every game, I would not be saying I have a few suspect clips, right? But apparently, according to a lot of noise on the streets, according to a lot of goofy ass videos recommended to me random as hell out of nowhere on YouTube, with cheaters just flying around the map or whatever the hell they're doing, just that virgin cheating bullshit that we be seeing all the time in Call of Duty and everywhere else. You know, it looks like there is a decent cheating problem in this game. So we got a tweet here from a man named Brian. He tweets at Mark the other day, and he says, I've been really enjoying the game, but I get a sense it's starting to have a cheat issue. I know you have a lot on your plate, but are y'all looking to address this? And Mark replies and says, we are in many ways. Some insight about how to fight cheaters. You have to let them hit first. Oh, we're aware, Mark. We're aware. These virgin geeks that can't hack into video games so they cheat to make them look better than they actually are. We're aware you have to let them hit first. And believe me, you have to let them hit first or else you won't know they're cheating, right? But there's no shame in their game. They love to hit first. They love to hit often. But they ain't hitting no ass. These virgin bitch nerds, little beta male cuck fuck boys, complete ass at these games. Of course you gotta let them hit first, man. But anyways, Mark says you have to let them hit first, but then you can start beefing up your defenses. Here's the problem I have with that though, Mark, is they've already been hitting first, right? They've already been hitting first. They've been hitting first. You admit right here, later on in your post, in your reply, that they've been hitting first. He goes on to say, also, we are banning thousands daily. See, there's people that have been getting angry with me about my cheating videos on Xdefiant because they're trying to say there's no cheaters over here or there's hardly any. And we got Mark right here saying that they're banning thousands daily. Thousands. They're banning thousands of these cheating bitch nerds daily. But that's kind of contradicting though, isn't it? You have to let them hit first so you can beef up your defenses. They have been hitting first. They've been hitting often for a while now at this point. And you're banning thousands daily because of it. At what point do you just beef up your security, upgrade your anti-cheat, so you can have the team working on important and legitimate shit instead of worrying about banning all these coward beta male losers that need to cheat in a fucking video game? I feel like resources and dev time could be better spent instead of worrying about these bitches cheating, actually focusing on legitimate issues with the game and giving us content in this game, man. You're lying to yourself if you're trying to tell me this game has a ton of content. I know it's a free-to-play game, but we're not talking about a game with a campaign mode. We're not talking about a game with a third mode like a zombies or anything like that. It doesn't have a battle royale, and it doesn't need a fucking battle royale. I don't want to hear that garbage. But it's just a tight little multiplayer, man. A few maps, a few modes. There's really not much here. The content is lacking. We need the devs working on this shit instead of worrying about banning all these fuckboys every single day. These fucking assholes that can't hack it on a game. They need to cheat because they can't compete. We need the devs working on legitimate shit. And he goes on to say, so you may see that cheater for a game or two, but they do eventually get banned. Well, we might not see him for 2 games in a row because y'all still split up the lobbies after every game. But anyway, so you'll see him for a game or 2 and eventually they'll get banned. But it's a free-to-play game, so they'll just be back on the game just to get banned again whenever you guys pick them up. Like, it's a vicious circle, man. We're just going in a loop right now, and we're not getting anything done. There's no productivity here. Nothing productive is getting done in this current system. Like, I appreciate you guys banning these motherfuckers, but like, you know, we're just going in a circle with this shit, man. Now, there's another post from Mark that I want to touch on real quickly. I wanted to make a video on this, like a whole video on this a lot sooner, and I just got busy doing other shit, got sidetracked, and here we are, man. And we are already 8 minutes into this video. I wanted to keep this video around 8 minutes. I've already failed, man. See, this is what happens when you don't script your commentaries. But we're going to touch on this real quick. Like I said, this is from last week. But he said a few interesting things in here that I would like to touch on real quick. Charlie Brooks tweets at Mark and says, I feel like Xdefiant was rushed out because of GTA 6 and Black Ops 6. What are your thoughts? And Sir Marcus Rubin, Marky Mark Rubin, says rushed out? No, come on, Mark. Come on, man. Anybody who's played this game with half a brain knows that this game is rushed out, dude. Like, the problems that are in this game, see, this is the thing with Xdefiant and why some people are having a lot shorter patience with this game is a lot of these problems we're experiencing now in the game is problems we all noticed over a year ago when we played those first betas and alphas and shit. If you guys remember my first videos on Xdefiant, we weren't even allowed to record the gameplay back then. It was a closed test. You couldn't record the gameplay, but you could speak on it. So my first few videos on the game, I'm recording over like Battlefield gameplay, just commentary by Xdefiant over Battlefield or Call of Duty, whatever I was using. We couldn't even record the goddamn gameplay, but we were all, I looked around at that time, and a lot of people were saying the same shit about the hit detection, the netcode, a lot of the same problems we still have in this game now. If you guys remember, this game wasn't ready. They did not have an answer for us, and just out of nowhere, boom, yeah, the game's dropping in a month. It's here. This is how you lose some of that faith, though, Mark. Like, you have the trust of a lot of your community right now, and telling us that this wasn't flat out rush. Like, come on, man. Come on, Mark. You can't bullshit a bullshitter, dude. People can see right through this, and you're going to start losing that trust. You got to be honest with these people. I love the communication. I love the transparency, but this is some cheese, man. This is some straight up bullshit. Like, you're lying. This was rushed. We're not saying that you rushed the game. That's not what we're saying. We all know who you work for. You work for Ubisoft. This game was clearly rushed. It was not ready. and a bunch of us made videos saying that this game should have been delayed. But he goes on to say that the engine they're using has only ever been an MMO engine. Talks about Call of Duty, how that started on ID Tech, which was a shooter engine. Apex started on a shooter engine. So this will create more problems and it will take longer to fix. He says it's a great engine to work with, but it does require a lot of work. And with that work comes a lot of bugs that other engines have already worked out. Sounds like a whole lot of a rush job to me, man. He finishes it up here with saying, we're not a shooter that's been out for 20 years. Yes, we understand that, Mark, but you also have an engine right there with Rainbow Six Siege. You're using shit from that game. You got that engine right there. You're choosing to go with this engine. We got all these problems here that we've seen over a year ago with the first test on this game. You know, it's not really adding up to me, though. Like, on one hand, it's like, okay, so they're using this newer engine that's never been used for a first-person shooter before, so understandable, it's going to have more bugs, and, you know, but at least the team is on it. That's on one hand for me. But on the other hand, it's like, well, why not delay the fucking game, though? The game should have been delayed. Clearly, you guys needed more time with this engine. It wasn't ready for a shooter. You guys converted it into a shooter engine, and now you're trying to work out all the kinks with this engine, and we have all these problems with the game now. Why wasn't the game delayed? Well, because it sounds like a whole lot of rush job to me. Don't you think, Mark? Like, come on, bro. I'm not even trying to hate. I'm just be honest with your people. I'm telling you, you'll get a whole hell of a lot more respect that way. But he finishes up his reply to Charlie Brooks, and he says, if you like what we are trying to do, stick around, and you'll see things improve and new features get added. But if the game isn't for you, that's okay. You can move on. And I actually have a problem with this statement as well, too. Like, I say this to bitches on my channel running their mouths all the time, but I'm saying this to people. My channel is completely free. Nerds choose to waste their time. They look at my videos, right? So they'll look at a video, they'll look at the title, they'll read the title, they'll look at the thumbnail, and they still choose to click on the video. So they look at the title, they look at the thumbnail, they know they're not going to like the video, they know their ass is going to get all hurt, sore, red and raw from this video. They choose to click on the video to let me know how much my video pisses them the fuck off. But my channel is completely free. I don't want these toxic bitch, sensitive virgin nerds around my channel in the first place. But my channel is completely free. I tell them to move the fuck on. You have a product here that people have now spent money on, right? You're probably talking to somebody who's now a paying customer. Bought battle passes, bought skins, whatever the fuck you got in the store. Bought some of your faction packs with the skins and the points and all that. Like, you're talking to paying customers now because the game wasn't ready. It was rushed out. If the game isn't for you, you can move on. I just think that's kind of fucked up, man. I don't know. You guys can let me know what you think in the comment section. But this video is just getting way too long, so I'm going to cut it here. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you on the next one.